All right, incredible learner, welcome back. And just like that, we're here wrapping up our focused exploration of mental health.
Yeah, it feels like we've covered a lot of ground.
Definitely. Think of this as, the satisfying final pages of this chapter. A huge thank you for sticking with us, for dedicating your time and, frankly, your brain power to this really important area.
It's been great diving deep with you. And today we're zeroing in on something really significant, the mental health needs of military families.
Exactly. We're pulling insights from a text called Supporting Military Families, Unique Mental Health Needs. It really shines a light on the specific challenges these families face, the service members, and their loved ones.
And understanding this is so relevant for you,
Hmm.
especially given the dedication and resilience needed in nursing.
Couldn't agree more. The text covers quite a bit: the impact of deployment, PTSD within the family, their amazing resilience too, and crucially, what nurses can do.
Right. So our mission today is basically to distill all that so you get a clear picture of these dynamics.
Okay, let's start with deployment. We know it's tough on the person deployed, but how does it ripple out?
Well, it hits the whole family. For kids, you might see more separation anxiety, maybe changes in behavior, acting out a bit. It disrupts their routine, their sense of security.
Makes sense. And for the spouse back home.
Oh, big time. Role strain is huge. Suddenly they're juggling everything. Loneliness, exhaustion, sometimes even depression. The text had that powerful example, didn't it? The mom with sleepless nights, just feeling completely overwhelmed while her husband was deployed in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that really stuck with me. And it's not like everything snaps back to normal the moment they return, is it?
Not at all. Reintegration. That's a
Yeah.
whole other stressor. Everyone has changed. The family dynamic has shifted. It takes time to adjust, find a new normal.
And sometimes complicating that adjustment is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
Sadly, yes. It's quite prevalent in returning service members. And its effects, well, they don't stay contained just to the veteran.
Right. So we hear about the nightmares, the flashbacks, maybe being jumpy, hypervigilance.
Exactly. Hypervigilance, irritability, sometimes emotional numbing or withdrawal. It's incredibly difficult. And living with that, it can lead to what some people call secondary PTSD or secondary traumatic stress in spouses and even kids.
So the trauma kind of spreads.
In a way, yes. The text mentioned a teenager, remember, started skipping school, acting out after his dad came back, changed by his experiences, more withdrawn, prone to outbursts. The whole family unit feels that stress.
Wow, that's heavy stuff. But importantly, the text also highlighted resilience, right? These families often develop incredible coping skills.
Absolutely. Many develop really strong communication strategies. Having structured routines helps create stability when things feel uncertain.
And support systems must be huge.
Crucial. Peer support groups connecting with other military families who just get it, that's invaluable. Access to care, too. And lots of bases offer resilience programs, things focused on family cohesion, parenting skills, stress management.
Oh, like the couple who strengthened their marriage through those base workshops.
Yeah, exactly. That was a great example of proactive support making a real difference.
So, thinking about you, our listener, heading into nursing, what are the key nursing considerations here? How can you help?
Number one is connecting families with resources. Knowing about military family life counselors, MFLCs, they offer short-term non-medical counseling.
Hmm.
Understanding VA support programs, the Department of Veterans Affairs options,
And their health insurance, like TRICARE.
definitely.
Yeah.
Knowing the basics of TRICARE mental health benefits is important. Also, pointing families towards support networks like Operation Purple Camps for military kids or the huge range of services under Military One Source. It's a central hub.
Okay, so resource connection is vital.
And encouraging early access to family therapy if needed. Don't wait until things are at a crisis point.
And it sounds like nurses need to look beyond just the service member for signs of distress.
100%. You need to be attuned to signs of trauma, anxiety, or depression in spouses and children, too. There are screening tools, like the Primary Care PTSD screen, the PC-PTSD, or the PHQ-9 for depression, that can be helpful starting points.
How do you approach that sensitively, though, especially if a parent might be hesitant?
It comes down to non-judgmental communication, building trust, just creating a safe space where they feel heard, you know, validating their experiences without pushing.
That makes sense. The text shared that story, Sergeant James and his wife, Sarah.
Right, a really hopeful example. James came back, there was emotional distance, Sarah started having panic attacks. It sounds tough.
Yeah.
But a nurse recognized the signs, connected them with counseling. James learned some mindfulness tools, they attended a workshop, and the outcome was really positive. They felt more connected, more hopeful.
That really shows the impact intervention can have.
It absolutely does.
Well, that brings us to the end of this specific deep dive on supporting military families and, wow, the end of our current mental health series.
It's been such a valuable series to explore.
It really has. And we genuinely hope this has provided you with useful insights, maybe some practical knowledge you can carry forward.
Definitely. And remember, as you navigate the, let's be honest, challenging path of nursing school and then your career, you are building that empathy, that understanding. You're equipped to support people through these unique situations.
So true. Just like we talked about the incredible resilience of military families, you demonstrate that same strength every day in this demanding field, seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and for trusting us to explore this stuff with you. Your commitment to learning, it's genuinely inspiring.
Keep that momentum going. There's always more to learn, always more to explore.
We can't wait to dive into new topics with you soon, and maybe something to think about as we close this out. How can these principles, like recognizing secondary trauma, extend to other kinds of caregiving roles you might encounter in your career? Something to mull over.